From the highlands to the lowlands, Scotland's wild animals are every bit as spectacular as its scenery. But when these animals are in trouble, whether man-made
What that actually shows is how bad snares are.
or because of extreme weather, there's a place they can always find help. The Scottish SPCA's National Wildlife Rescue Centre. Here the team used decades of experience to help the nation's wild animal casualties.
Well, I've done it before.
From the tiniest
So
orphan
dinky.
to the biggest predator. And cameras have been allowed in for the first time. In this unique series, we'll follow the staff as they carry out their work.
It's always exciting when the baby comes in, but just get a bit nervous because their little life is in your hands.
See their dedication and passion. The highs,
This is why I do my job.
the lows,
No, we lost him.
as they care for Scotland's orphaned and injured wildlife. And then, using the latest technology, we'll follow the animals they care for as they return to the wild. Today on Born to be Wild, a family of orphaned fox cubs fight for survival.
Eyes have only just opened, what a shock.
One of Europe's most unusual birds has the staff in a flutter.
Got a nightjar sitting on my head. That's not something I've ever said before.
And the centre bids a fond farewell to one of its longest-staying residents.
It's quite an achievement. It is probably one of the best things I've ever done since being here.
The team at the Scottish SPCA National Wildlife Rescue Centre have come through the hardest winter Scotland has seen in many years. Months of freezing weather, coupled with the Siberian storm dubbed the Beast from the East, has taken a huge toll on the nation's animals who have struggled in the Arctic conditions. It's the end of March, and normally the centre would be much busier than it is, with orphaned animals and birds coming in daily. The late start to spring has pushed Mother Nature back, and it's only now the team are starting to see the first wave of orphans. It's 9 a.m, and there are some new arrivals at the centre, 6 fox cubs from Edinburgh, whose den was accidentally excavated by a builder's digger. Mammal specialists April and Nicola are giving them the once-over.
Every orphan that comes in, it is sad because the best thing for them is to be with their mum, but we are their second chance, so it is, you know, we're giving them that chance.
Do you want to help me try them off? Oh my goodness. Hello, sweetie.
Unlike patients at a human hospital, animals who arrive at the centre come with no medical history, so the examination is necessary to find out what treatment might be needed.
Just looking for any wounds or any mites, fleas, just any discharge from nose, eyes, ears, just checking that everything's clear and they're clean enough.
At first glance, the fox cubs appear to be in good condition, but they'll need a thorough wash.
They're just a bit dirty from being in their little den, but they're really quite sturdy wee things. When something's so small, if it's got anything wrong with it, generally you don't have much time. So the quicker you can notice anything that's wrong with it and just get it seen to, the better chance it'll have.
It's not just mammals like foxes, badgers and otters that the centre cares for. One of the busiest sections is the bird unit, where staff look after garden birds like blackbirds and robins, seabirds such as gannets and guillemots, as well as a host of owls, eagles, buzzards and even the odd duck. Mute swans, like all waterfowl, have specialised plumage that allows them to spend much of their time on water, and one has been admitted to the centre with oil on its wings. Luckily, Centre Manager Colin Seddon is one of the country's leading experts in washing birds, and if anyone can get this swan back on the water, it's him.
He had like a light dusting of what could have been coal dust, and there was no real smell to it. It had a bit of fairy. So we use household detergent, and it's safe to use. It tends to work well. If we can't get the contaminants off with that, then we probably wouldn't wash it. And it can be, with detergent, you can do it in 2, 3, 4 washes, depending on the animal and its condition. All we're trying to do is just get a light covering of fairy on and see if that's enough to remove whatever the contaminant is. Hopefully it will be. As soon as you relax your hold, the bird will all of a sudden bring its wing out. And that could be a crack across the nose, it could be bang in the face, anything. And again, all he's trying to do is get away, he's not trying to hurt us.
Water birds need their feathers to be in tip-top condition in order to stay waterproof.
The feather structure, it acts like a wetsuit. So you have a central barb and then you have a central shaft and a number of barbs, and they all sit like that. And that, if they're all in place, that forms a waterproof seal. So what we need to do is remove the contaminant, remove the detergents to enable the feathers to be waterproof. And then the bird itself will put those feathers all back in place, which is the preening action. And then they'll add the preen gland, or the oil from the preen gland, which acts like a conditioner that we put on our hair. But you can see from that, staining's come off already.
So, shampooing done, it's time for a rinse.
And we should, if we've done it properly, see the bird become waterproof. So if the oil's been removed, what you end up with is perfectly dry feathers. Perfectly dry feathers. Just shows how the feathers are just repelling the water as they should. She's all done and she's not too stressed. Looks a bit confused.
That's one shampooed and re-waterproofed swan ready to go straight back into the wild where it belongs.
She's looking good.
Scotland is home to over 20,000 foxes, and while they might be one of Europe's most recognisable and familiar large mammals, they are controversial creatures. Loved by some, loathed by others, they're treated in exactly the same way as any native species by the Scottish SPCA. If they hadn't been disturbed by the digger, these little foxes would still be safe in their den, where they would have stayed until they were at least a month old. Since nobody knows when the cubs last fed, April prepares some lactate solution that both rehydrates the foxes and flushes out their systems so they're ready for bottle feeding. Until now, the cubs have been fed milk by their mum, so an artificial teat is going to feel pretty odd. Like most fox cub litters, this one contains a runt. She's less than half the weight of her siblings, and in the wild would be unlikely to make it.
I mean, it's biting down on the teat, but it's just more kind of coming out its mouth. Just getting the taste of it. You don't always like it. You like me when you really don't like it. Oh, shame.
It takes time and some considerable patience to feed 6 wild cubs. And with dinner done, it's bath time. Even to the expert eyes of the team at the centre, one fox cub can look much like another. So to identify each individual, they're given a distinctive mark.
No. We've got marking on his right ear. This is just because every day we monitor their weight and obviously how much they're feeding, and so we'll do right ear, left ear, possibly a wee head or something.
The baby foxes will spend the first few nights at home with the centre workers, so the next job is to prepare for the journey.
I'm just putting the heat pad in their carrier just for travelling home, so they've still got that wee bit of warmth until we get home, and I'll reheat it up then just to keep them cosy.
Bye.
As spring continues to bloom in Scotland, the country's migrant bird population starts to return. The vast distances covered by the species means they often arrive weak and emaciated. For some, the journey can prove too much, and they get lost or come ashore in unexpected places such as oil rigs. This is what happened to a nightjar, one of Britain's most secretive birds, which has been brought into the centre from Aberdeen.
This is a nightjar that's just come in. He's very thin and weak. Can't see any obvious injuries. But yeah, you can feel his keel, he is very thin. I don't know too much about them because they're so unusual and because we don't get many of them in.
Bird specialist Katrina weighs the bird and places it in a brooder to keep it warm before it's seen by section head Lorraine and vets Romain and Liam.
I've been bird watching for 24 years and I've never seen a nightjar. And then to just walk in and see one today, it's amazing. They've got these huge wide open mouths. When you see them with their beak closed, it looks really small, but the commissures with the beak go right up the sides, and when they open up, they've got this huge mouth, kind of reminiscent of a basking shark. And I suppose they kind of do the same thing. They fly around and they scoop up moths and things on the wing.
It's cool, isn't it? His feet look good, everything else is great. I suspect he's just run out of steam and he probably needs release. Yeah. So from my point of view, I'm happy, but when you've got a moment, if you maybe take Liam with you and you guys check him in the aviary and see if he flies. If he does, he can get released in the next day or two.
Yeah,
okay.
Brilliant.
Cool.
Next in to see Romain are Sheila and Nicola with the orphaned fox cubs.
So first things we'll do is just have a quick head-to-toe check we don't miss anything, because they're so young. They can be born with certain problems that we can tell now they're not going to be releasable, so we just check he doesn't have a split palate. Eyes look normal. So foxes that come into the rehab centre have a higher risk of problems that they've been born with than many other animals, and their mother may have abandoned them and then people find them. So the initial inspection is really quite important. We look for heart problems, heart murmurs, because that may change their behaviour. We also look for a problem where they've got a cleft palate, a hole in the roof of their mouth that's going to cause them problems. And we also look for a condition called hydrocephalus, or water on the brain.
Fox cubs are like puppies, playful one moment, but much more docile after a good feed. Romain checks each of the cubs over before using ultrasound to check their brains. In an adult fox, the skull would be too thick for ultrasound to show much. But these cubs have paper-thin skulls, so he can get a good look inside their heads.
So the nifty thing with this is when they're very young, we can actually see inside the brain. Obviously in a couple of weeks' time, or once they're about between 2 and 3 months old, the skull becomes thick and calcified and the ultrasound won't go through. The only way to be able to see inside the skull would be to have a CT scan, and at £1,000 a pop we wouldn't be able to do that. But this only takes a few minutes, and it's obviously much better if we can pick this up early on. Eyes have only just opened, what a shock. Instead of mummy, you see us strange people. Good, none of them have got crusty paws. You've had a wee on yourself. Hey? It's fine, there's no heart murmurs or anything, so that's good.
The 5 normal cubs are given the all clear, but then it's time for the runt to get the once over.
Her head doesn't look great. Okay, let's have a good look at you.
This little one, less than a quarter of the size of her brothers and sisters, has a very swollen head.
She's not very vocal, is she?
No.
Okay, just things that don't look normal always worry me. It's a little bit of a domey head, it's always suspicious. So. Right, okay, let's have a look at your brain. This brain doesn't look normal. See, it looks full of fluid. See that?
Yeah.
So if I go inside the brain, there's just a big sack of water, unfortunately. If I'm right here, I'll take some pictures so we can measure it, but she's got hydrocephalus.
The problem with hydrocephalus is by the time we can detect it, it's already damaged part of the brain. So that animal is never going to have the same mental capacities as a normal animal.
Hydrocephalus, or fluid on the brain, is a very bad prognosis.
I mean, she might have had a knock, and you could find it resolves. So, because she's so young, we might actually put her on anti-inflammatories, and if there was a little clot or something and it's blocking, it might actually resolve. Her behaviour is just not normal, is it? Not good, I'm afraid. I'll put her on a very high dose of anti-inflammatory. There's lots of things that can cause hydrocephalus. If you've had a knock or a little infection, something, and you get the outflow blocked, you get an accumulated fluid. And if we resolve it very, very quickly in a young animal, they can actually do all right. But if we don't get any progress in the next 4 or 5 days, then I will put her down. She's got no future.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of hoping Romain's prescribed anti-inflammatories work and keeping everything crossed in the meantime. It's an emotional day at the centre, as it's departure time for their longest-term resident, Babe the Hedgehog, who's been here for 9 months.
So Babe was born at the centre, and it was me that took her on to hand rear her. But she's just so small. It just seems like a lifetime ago.
She is tiny, isn't she?
Yeah, there's one where, yeah, you can kind of see the size of her compared to me holding her to what she is now. They are so delicate, and you know, you don't want to do anything to put them off feeding.
She was so
Size
cute.
of her little paw. So yeah, she was still completely, this was like a week or so later, she was still deaf, still blind. But more spikes, and you can see her skin starting to change colour. And this is her now.
Aww.
So this is just basically all Babe's feed sheets, her weights, what she was feeding since like she came in, her microchip number. So like you can see, like she was born on site like 14th August 2017 at 22 grams, and now she's leaving at 881. So a big change.
For the last few months, Babe has been living outside. She had to be moved to her own private enclosure as she was fighting with other hedgehogs.
Me and Babe went through a lot together. I think she's been like one of the longest resident kind of hedgehogs at the centre ever.
It's amazing. It's quite an achievement. It is probably one of the best things I've ever done since being here. She took up so much time, and when I first got her, she was on every hour feeds, like 0.1 of a mil, just every hour, just to kind of get her going. On night feeds for about 2 weeks, 12, 3 and 6 through the night, and then every 2 hours through the day. So it's been a long journey for her, but it feels great to finally get her going. She would have definitely died if we hadn't stepped in, so you know, this is her chance at life that she wouldn't have got otherwise.
With the winter over, the team are trying to release as many hogs as possible. Today, 6 will be set free in a wood near Dundee.
There's another 5 hogs coming with us. It's just such a nice place to release, and the weather's so nice, it would be a waste not to make use of such a nice day and a nice site for them. So the other guys have been waiting a long time to go as well.
After a quiet night inside, the nightjar is being moved to an outside aviary.
Got a nightjar sitting on my head. That's not something I've ever said before. So these guys normally just fly around at night time. During the day, they just sort of sit very still, and they've got this sort of cryptic camouflage, so he probably doesn't think we can see him just now. He's just staying very still. It's a good technique normally, but not when you're on someone's head. When he was flying there, he was just totally silent, like quite like the owls and things like that. I think
like delicate flying.
yeah. So these guys hunt moths and things like that. So they've got to be really agile. And he's a male. We can see these white spots in his tail and in his wing when he was flying. Oh.
Don't net my head.
Up again. Oh, your turn, Larry. Oh, no.
Clearly not tall.
I think flight-wise, he looks like we probably could release him. I think we'll maybe just have to weigh him and check where he's at. With birds like this, they're quite hard, obviously, to look after in captivity. So if he's able to fly and to catch things on his own, that'd be great. That was amazing. Like when he was flying around, he was really sort of fluttery, like a moth or a butterfly or something. I've never seen a bird fly like that. That was absolutely great. Yeah. He's 55, so he's a wee bit lighter than average, but then that's an average. So if he can fly and he can hunt, then there's no reason he can't go and put that weight back on.
It's looking good for this little rarity, who has won the hearts of everyone at the centre, especially Head of Birds Lorraine.
16 years and I've never seen a nightjar ever. Absolutely fantastic experience, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. You know, and then you realise how privileged you are doing this job. It's really, really special job.
A wood near Dundee will be the new home for the centre's longest term resident, Babe the Hedgehog. The wood belongs to Rosie and Jimmy, who have devoted themselves to the wild animals living in it.
Jimmy and I, we've always been animal lovers. I was brought up in the Yorkshire Dales and had a taste of wildlife there, and Jimmy's grown up here in the village, and as a boy played in the woods and grown up with the wildlife too.
Rosie refuses to compromise her passion for nature despite having MS. Jimmy has rigged the wood with cameras so that Rosie can see the woodland creatures even when she's having a bad day and is unable to get out of bed.
Oh, it's a huge part of my life. I am very disabled, but knowing that the wildlife is there and the work that we do to help and protect and all the work that Jimmy does, it's just gives me something that means that my life is worthwhile.
Rosie spends 22 hours a day in her bed just looking out the window, so anything new that comes into the garden or any new interest that goes with that, lets her just do some research on it, lets her investigate it a wee bit more. It's just another aspect to her life.
The couple have agreed to let Colin and April release Babe into their wood and have promised to keep an eye on her.
Oh, babe. Come on then. She's just the stroppy teenager. She's got the attitude problem. She's the youngest hog that anyone's ever got through. So she's the first newborn, yeah. So it's a big achievement, just even for the centre as well, you know, and this is just so nice here for her. I'm sure she's going to have a really, really, really great life here.
I think she will,
Yeah, and you can keep an eye on her for me.
Time for Babe to check into her new accommodation, which comprises a special hog box built by Jimmy.
Didn't even look back.
It's really important to get hedgehogs back into the wild, as in the UK their numbers have declined by a staggering 50% since 2000. It's because their natural homes of hedgerows and woodlands have decreased. Increasingly, gardens in towns and cities are a critical lifeline for this prickly customer, Britain's most popular mammal.
I make a joke about it, but she is like a proper hedgehog now. That's why she's so huffy. She just doesn't want any human contact near her, which is obviously amazing. So yeah, that's her. Get you start on you,
While April says her final goodbyes to Babe, Colin gets the other 5 hedgehogs settled in.
Hopefully that's him settled.
This place is just so nice, and just hearing from the guys about all the other wildlife that's coming in and out and the food that goes out. She's got it pretty good here.
Colin is also really happy with how today's releases have gone.
The hedgehogs are in really good condition. Staff at the centre have done a really good job as per usual. So yeah, the release site's great. Jim and Rosie are going to look after them so they'll get the best care possible. And the rest's up to them now.
Camera traps are put out to monitor how the hedgehogs will get on in the coming weeks.
A couple of camera traps been left, so we'll get some idea as to what's going on at night and when they're more active. And Jim and Rosie are going to feed them as well, so they're going to get plenty of support. So we look forward to seeing some interesting footage later maybe.
The orphaned foxes have been thriving under the care of the staff and are doing well. However, there has been some bad news.
So the wee girl, so she was, extremely stunted and she had quite an enlarged head. So when Romain scanned her, you could see quite an obvious hydrocephalus. So we gave her a couple of days on a kind of higher dose of floxacom, which is a painkiller and anti-inflammatory, to try and relieve any swelling or a possible knock that she may have had. But whatever it was, it obviously happened quite early on. So we put her to sleep and ended up, because there was no improvement and she did start to there was more kind of obvious behaviours and whatnot. So yeah, sad, but best thing for her.
Despite this sad news, there are still 5 healthy cubs to look after, and caring for quintuplets takes a lot of work. They've also been given names themed around movie spies. Meet Bourne, Ethan, Frank, Bond and Q.
They're now off the milk and they're on liquidised dog food. So we do mix the milk in with the dog food to start with, and then we gradually take the milk away. They just can't see very well at this age still, so we're still sort of needing to help them.
Look how he's changing.
They're so cute. They're very smelly, but it's so nice to see them develop and grow. They tend to go to sleep. Once their bellies are full, they'll go to sleep, but they tend to play fight for a while then go to sleep. They're just mad. Hopefully they'll go and sleep now.
2 days later, and the little foxes are ready to be moved from their cosy boxes into one of the centre's indoor enclosures.
Yeah, cool. Food's not ready. Oh, it's so cold. So these guys are just getting moved out of their cage and they're going in a nice big pen. They're needing the space now, so they like exploring, and they're getting messy. So try and do this without too much carnage. Come here. Oh my God, they're so mad.
They're wilder than ever now.
Oh, here comes one. Oh my God. Please don't show this bit. Oh, they're mad. But they are good fun because they're really playful and things, but it's just carnage, especially getting them out of here. So they're going to enjoy their space, so it'll be nice to get them moved. So get them moved.
The cubs will spend the next few weeks in the pen where Nicola and Sheila will keep a close eye on them.
So this one's Frank. There you go. This is Ethan. And then this is Bourne. Oh, look. This. had characters from day one. So Frank, he's the bigger terror one, and Ethan's the wee sweetie pie. Born's like the sweet but naughty one. So yeah, they've all got characters.
Nicola leaves the little ones to settle in. They'll be inside for a few weeks before being moved to an outside paddock.
Oh, we could watch them all night. So cute. Get this cleaned.
Rewilding mammals like the foxes is one of the centre's specialities. Colin and the team have become world leaders in helping orphaned mammals like these foxes to learn the skills they'll need to survive in the wild. Once they're outside in the paddock, the team will completely withdraw to allow them to dig, play hunt and socialise, while still offering up regular meals. It's a very lengthy process, and for the larger mammals like otters, foxes and badgers, it can be many months before they return to the wild. It's been another busy day at the centre for Colin, but with the demands of wildlife, there's no clocking off. And he's got a 3-hour drive to release the aptly named nightjar.
Well, it's now nearly 9:30. You know, we have to work ourselves around the animals' time. When this type of bird's particularly active, we wouldn't release it in broad daylight. That would be wrong. Yeah, if that means coming into the dark, into the dusk, that's what we do.
He's driven all the way to southern Scotland to meet Tony from the Forestry Commission.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Colin. How's things?
Good, good. That's a very special little bird for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is an ideal spot. It's a really good area because it's a lowland raised bog and there's a lot of dry heathland here. We've got a mixture of trees here, so there'll be a lot of good food source for the birds. But also, and most importantly, the habitat is ideal for them for nesting in. I would say we've probably got over 90% of the Scottish population that we're aware of.
Okay, so should we grab it?
Yeah, yeah. Be good to see.
What we can do. There he comes. Should do. Come on, Maisie.
Oh yeah.
Close already. There you go, what do you think?
Lovely bird, yeah. Beautiful.
Amazing eye.
Beautiful.
Not a lot. When you're ready. Just thinking about it. Come on, mate. It was one of the concerns we had, keeping them too long. You could damage his feathers in the cages.
Mm-hmm.
We really wanted him away pretty quick. He was growling.
Pretty fine beak on them, haven't they? So you see the white spots, Colin, when he's flying there?
Yeah. Oh well, that's him away.
Good.
Release went well. The bird came out, sat on my hand, took its time, decided to go when it wanted to go, which is fine.
A slow release is always better when the bird's more comfortable to move off when it wants to move off, rather than just throwing it in the air and hoping for the best. The bird just gets acclimatised to where it is and it goes in its own time, which is always better.
It's another wild animal back to the wild, that's what we do it for.
It's been 3 months since April released Babe the Hedgehog at Rosie and Jimmy's woodland sanctuary. She's come back to see if the camera traps have captured any images of her former charge.
Looking forward to see what's been happening. With the amount we work at the centre, we never get to follow up and see how our animals are getting on.
Hi.
Hi, Jimmy.
How are
How are you? Especially me and Babe, like she was with me for so long and she was at the centre for 8 months and really did have a wee bond with her. So when you let her go, you just worry so much. So yeah, I hope she's alright.
Hi.
Hi, Rosie.
Pearl.
That was Squudge. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I've
How you doing?
I've been really looking forward to this, April.
I know.
And we've seen Babe on quite a few occasions.
Yeah.
What is she up to?
Oh, she's just
still battering everyone.
She climbs into the deer's trough and sits and eats the deer's food.
See, if I knew she would have ate deer food, I would have just gave her deer
Well,
food.
let's see.
I spent months trying to get that hedgehog to eat.
Right, April. Oh, that's good. Here's the fox. The fox is eating Babe's food.
Yeah.
That's where I put the
See?
food out for the hedgehog, and he's decided he's having it.
It's a
There's
big
deer.
fox.
There's a deer's just behind.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, look at him.
Oh, squirrely.
Squirrely.
Here's
Black nose. You see the soil on its nose?
Yeah.
Come on.
Ah, Babe. Excellent.
Do you think it could be?
Well, I think the white mark's on its back.
Oh,
there.
yeah. So
And, yes, here we go.
I can't remember her being that big.
Well, you've obviously done your job well.
Yeah. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, little itch. My faves.
Whoa, the back leg. There she is again. Fox v hedgehog.
Yep. Each pretending the other one isn't
Yeah,
there.
it's just but it's brilliant the way they're just feeding together. That's it.
I can't believe how close she is to that
The
fox.
two of
She's
them,
still
they didn't bother
munching.
each other. Yeah.
So nice to see her. You know, you always just wonder, like, are they going to be all right? Are they going to be able to find, like, are they going to be cold? You just start thinking ridiculous things. But yeah, like, she's just living her best life.
Yeah.
It's so nice seeing it.
I'm just chuffed that she's using her wee house.
Yes.
I thought she would be like the rest of them and just take off into the woods.
I've told all my friends and family about our celebrity hedgehog.
You get me footprint autographs soon from her.
In the outside paddock, the family of 5 orphaned fox cubs have been enjoying the gorgeous weather, and they've been joined by another orphan. It's been over 4 months since they were found on a construction site in Edinburgh. Thanks to the time and effort put in by the staff at the centre, they're thriving. And today is release day.
Yeah, it's a big morning for the centre, to be honest. This is the first batch of foxes away, and it's always quite of a landmark. It means we're getting to that stage in the year where things are starting to go out. So all the work that's gone into rearing them, feeding them, getting them well, looking after them, comes to fruition.
Though the foxes have been lovingly hand-reared, Sheila and Nicola have been careful to avoid letting them get too used to human contact.
The animals are now wild. They were tame, they were bottle-reared, not anymore. So they don't want to be near us. So we've got to watch and use that in some way to try and catch them. But we've got to make sure that we understand they're wild and we don't do anything that might jeopardise their well-being, if you like.
And for Sheila, who's looked after them since they were tiny, this is a big moment.
So we're just going to head into the first
fox release, so we're going to go and catch them all up, hopefully quick and easy. So the quicker the better, much less stress on the animals and less stress on us also. So we've got our cages and we've got our team. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to herd them round the perimeter of the paddock, and hopefully Colin will catch them up quite swiftly, and then we'll transport them to the cage. So hopefully it all just goes to plan and just nice and quick and easy.
These foxes move quickly, so the team will need to be fast. The group form a diagonal line across the paddock to force the animals to the perimeter. But foxes are extremely wily, so all 6 members of staff need to use all their cunning if they're going to capture them.
Okay, so watch his leg.
These foxes are as good as wild now and oblivious to the fact they're about to be released, and they really don't want to be caught. That's 2 foxes down, just 4 to go. The pole used to catch the foxes might look alarming, but it doesn't harm them and is the quickest method for catching, making it less stressful. There are just 2 foxes left to go, but one is really not for budging. Just one left to catch, but he's not surrendering easily.
Hold. Okay.
All 6 foxes have been safely captured. Taken into their transportation, they'll now travel the 50 miles to a special location where the landowner has given permission for the release.
Yeah, I think I get the easy bit because I just stand there with the grasper, but yeah, everybody else running around. Even Sheila does some running.
What?
I just said you do a lot of the running.
I think you said Sheila does some work.
Can't believe it's happening already. Seems like a lifetime ago we reared them, but can't believe it's the first fox catch up. They look so good, they're so big, so it was good, yeah.
While it'll be sad to see them go, it's satisfying to see that all the hard work has paid off. Though foxes are incredibly adaptable, this habitat is particularly suitable so they can build their dens underneath tree trunks and in the bracken. After an hour in the van with 6 foxes, the air is decidedly ripe.
Foxes just permanently smell. Get used to it though.
What we're going to do, we're going to put the 3 cages together, point them in a particular direction, and then one by one we'll open the front slider of the cage, then we'll lift the sheet back, which then exposes the foxes to the light, and that will hopefully encourage them to wander off in their own time.
The first one seems hesitant.
They're looking a bit confused, aren't they?
The next group bolt out, brimming with enthusiasm. And some just seem to want to savour the moment.
Oh, very steady.
Finally, all 6 foxes are released successfully into the wild, a far cry from their start to life on a building site.
Definitely releasing is the best part. It's what our jobs are for, getting these animals back to the wild. And I think just when it's your own hand-reared, it is that bit more special, so it's nice.
While foxes might not be everyone's cup of tea, especially in urban areas, hopefully these foxy pals will enjoy their new life in the wild.
And they've been together, and now they get released together, so hopefully that bond that they've formed will help them in the wild, and some of them may stay together. And it is an animal that's heavily persecuted, so by man, and we sort of feel that we're almost obligated to try and do good for them rather than bad. So it's got a particular sense of achievement there with the foxes.
And there's one last dog food treat from Nicola before she goes.
It just shows all the work we do. It doesn't imprint on them. They can, they act wild and everything. So, no, it's nice that they just run off. It just shows we're doing our job right.
The staff's put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, got them to this wonderful condition that they're in. They're in an ideal location. We can't do any more. They're free now. The rest's up to them. That's us. All done.
Thanks.
For Colin and the team, this is what makes their job worthwhile, and seeing the foxes trot off is the ultimate reward. They've been given a second chance, and now it's up to them to determine their own fate, back in the wild. Next time on Born to be Wild, baby badgers struggle with dinner etiquette.
It gets messy, doesn't it?
Lorraine serves up an in-flight meal.
This is a big step towards getting released. Make sure that they don't escape up the corridor.
And a group of young owls return to the woods.
Oh, that was amazing. Freedom.